good morning. We're going to talk about importing course content. So in a lot of cases, we, the instructional technology coaching team, recommended that teachers work in what we're calling a sandbox course. And I know a lot of people started that way. And then this past week, you started seeing unpublished courses on your dashboard that are linked to Sapphire. And you're like, okay, now I got to get my content from my sandbox into my Sapphire course. So I do want to mention cross-listing at the start, and this is only applies to people that have multiple sections of the same course. So if you teach, I'm just going to say Science 101 to 3 sections, the purpose of cross-listing is so that you only have to put content in one course, and then your course will have multiple sections. So if I teach Science 101 to 3 sections, section 1, 2, and 3, notice I didn't say AB because I don't want to get confused about AB schedules. Section 1, 2, 3, when I cross-list, it puts those sections into a single course and with 3 sections, and then you can assign assignments to different sections within the course. Like, it just makes content management so much easier. The important thing about cross-listing is that you do it before you publish a course and before students do any work in the course. So if you have multiple sections, you want to cross-list. That does not prohibit you from importing content right now. Like, if you have me up on one screen and you want to do this import process, you can do that, and then you can cross-list right after, before publishing, okay? So I went through this process yesterday with a teacher. I updated this handout, which I have in the chat. If you don't have it, I can put it in again before we end. And we're also putting together like a top 10 slideshow for you, and this will be included. And so the directions are a lot more clear now that I've gone through the process myself. So we're mainly here to talk about course importing. And I'm in a lot of Canvas Facebook groups. I don't know about you. I think those groups are awesome because there are a lot of questions. But keep in mind that sometimes those answers are not informed, you know, or they don't align with what we're doing at Southwestern. But I do like to get all the information. So I see a lot of people in those groups asking about moving content, and they're concerned, you know, like, if I move a module, do I also have to move all the pages? Or do I have to copy and paste? Or should I use the commons? Like, there are so many questions. At the outset, you can copy your entire development stuff from your sandbox into one of your Sapphire courses, or you can pick and choose. And let's talk about when you would pick or choose. You would pick and choose, for instance, say in your development course or in your sandbox or in your master course or your template course, whatever you or your team is calling it, maybe you have worked on 3 modules, a back to school module, module 1, module 2. Make sure you're organizing your content in modules because that's going to provide the best flow for your students. And then you just want to copy 1 of those over, or you want to copy 3 out of 5 because 3 are done and 2 are not. No problem. So I'm going to walk you through these steps. I did put this handout link in the comments. I'm going to be adding a couple of more details to this, but I just wanted you to see the process. Now, I don't have any Sapphire created courses, so I just kind of have to fake it here. And I'm going to actually move content into my sandbox course. So that's the first tip. You need to be on the course that is empty. So in this case, I'm calling it a Sapphire course, one of your Sapphire courses. So make sure you're in that course. So I'm going to be copying content into my sandbox, even though normally you would be copying content out of your sandbox. So I don't have courses. So here I am in my sandbox. You would be in your Sapphire course, one of them. And when you're on your homepage, if you have it set to a homepage, if you don't and you want to, let me know, or go to my YouTube channel for Southwestern, Michelle Krill, Southwestern, and I have a video on home pages. So this one's pretty, it's not that good, but it is a start. It has a header, a banner image, a little text, you know, a button, my email address. It can be pretty plain. It does not have to be fancy. So to get started with importing content from a development area into production, into a soon-to-be published course, you're going to go to course settings. So that's on the bottom left. And if you are curious about this menu here, this is a course settings thing. You do that in the same area. So I'm just going to cover that. If I click on navigation, right here at the top is what the students will see in student view. And if you don't want things visible to them, you can drag them down. My recommendation is that your kids see home, modules, maybe assignments if you have them organized in a way that you'd like to display them, and maybe grades if you are going to be displaying Canvas grades. You can change this anytime you want. And announcements if you're going to be using announcements, okay? I would not have this pages navigation at the top because then they're going to see all your pages. Like when they first click it, it'll go to the home page, and then they'll click view all pages, and it could just be like every single page you've ever made and published. Not very organized, so I would not put that there. Okay, so let's go. We're right here on the settings. Doesn't matter what tab you're on because the button we're looking for is over here on the right. It's not actually a button, it's a link. It says import course content. So you click import course content. Now, I found this part a little tricky. So right here it says copy a Canvas course. And this is where I was like, wait a minute, I don't want to copy all the content, but this is still how you do it. So you need the exact name of the course. If you start typing it, it might pop up. Like I typed in Canvas. I don't know why that one won't come up. All right, let's pick one that I worked on yesterday. I can't remember. I should have looked this up. Know the exact name of your course. Let me type it in here. What did I say it was? Canvas. All right, I'm going to go with Eric's course right here, Interactive Tools in Canvas. So this is the course I'm picking. When you start typing it, it'll pop up in your list. I probably just wasn't patient enough. That's a fault of mine. Okay, so now I click select specific content, and this is where I became a little confused. So once you do that, you still have to click import. You could adjust due dates and things like that, but I haven't done this yet, so I usually just wait and do that after the fact. If you already have a syllabus with due dates and things, then I just wait and adjust all my assignments after I do the import. And then you click import, okay? So I'm gonna click it, but nothing has happened yet. When you select specific content, nothing happens until you go over and click select content. So I already have done this, you can see, for a third grade math template. So I'm just gonna go over here and select content from that one. This is the page that can be a little confusing, and this is what I noticed in the Facebook groups, is that it looks like you have to just click and get all 9 modules. But look at this arrow, and now I'm like, oh my gosh, I only want lesson 0 and lesson 1, oh, and the welcome back module. Now when you move the module, it's gonna move any assignments, any pages, the links will all rework. I don't know how to say that. They will rework and work. So if you have a home page, though, I want to tell you that you have to come down to pages, and you would have to look for the home page. So a naming convention for your pages is a good idea, because you can see here it says lesson 1 intro, perfect. Lesson 1 start page. I'm looking for home page. I don't know what it's called though. I just totally flubbed myself up there. Anyway, I'm gonna pick any page since I'm moving 0, 1, and welcome back. So let's look here. For now, I'm just gonna click this expectations community building page, and then I'm gonna click the select content button, and now it's queued. And then if you just wait patiently, not my strong suit, but you just wait, it'll run the job, and then the content, you get like a little queuing bar. And I have before exited this page, and then the content didn't copy. So I just like to hang out here till it happens. See, it's running, there goes the bar. Yesterday, I clicked off the page and it didn't work. So I didn't retest it, but I just thought for display demonstration purposes, I better stick with it. So now when I go to modules, I should see those particular modules. If your course is empty, you know, you won't have all this other stuff that I have in mind. But let's just scroll down and see where it is. Here's the welcome back module, right? Now, I also copied this expectations community building page, so it might have copied it twice. But notice all these things are already in there. Let me just move down and see what other, I think it might have put my other, that actually is my welcome back module. Let's get all the way to the bottom. Here we go. So I moved over lesson 0. Here's the page, every page. I will give you a tip. If you move Google assignments, Nearpods, and Play Posits, I would just verify your links, okay? I think if you move it, that the play posit will stay the same. I think the Nearpod will stay the same if you created it in the other course. So for instance, at elementary, if you are a team and you put a Nearpod, like you embedded it in a page, and then somebody else moves that page into their course, they have to replace the Nearpod, and you have to replace the Google assignment so it's linked to your Google Drive and your Nearpod library. PlayPosit said the content moves with the person. So if I created it and you copied the page, the PlayPosit should transfer ownership. I would test that. I didn't get to test it yet. I mean, really, that's all there is to the moving. Here's lesson 1. Oh, here's their welcome back. That other welcome back was mine. They have a welcome back page. I have 2 because I had one already named that in my sandbox. They have a social distancing PlayPosit, a digital citizenship Nearpod, and just take a look at this flow, right? It's a page, an interactive discussion, an assignment, an interactive activity, a little quiz, something to look at and do, something they're probably going to do together, tips about how to learn from watching a video, and then a program page that has links to other resources. So if you don't already have a welcome back module, you might want to do something like that. And if you need help, just let me know, or somebody on the team know. That's all there is to that. Now, the last step, I've already moved all my content. I would double check it, right? You want to make sure it's working how you expect, and maybe set those course settings at this time. My course is already published right here, okay? Your courses, this button will be red. I'll just unpublish and you'll see that it looks like this probably, all your Sapphire courses. So maybe Sunday night you publish the course, maybe right now you publish the course and just have like your homepage published, but when you go to modules, all that is unpublished. See how these are unpublished? And then Sunday night you're like, okay, I'm gonna activate my welcome back module, and now everything is active. So you can publish and unpublish, you can move content around. So maybe I just want to move this module to the top. There we go, now it's at the top and I'm all set to go come Monday morning. I think, or Monday afternoon, whenever you see your kids, depending on your schedule. It's really not that hard, but because it's new, I just think it's something we're gonna have to do a few times to make it work for us. You can send things using the send to share with other people, like the 3 dots a lot of times will say send to somebody. I don't know if I have it here, send to, or copy to, but I feel right now for moving bulk content, I'd put it in a module and move the whole module. So let me know what questions you have. I'd be happy to meet individually with people probably next week. Once you get going and have more questions, we can talk about these things.